Hi, and welcome to the Sagebrush Happy Hour Journal for December 18th, 2024. A lot of the things in my home are automated, and I kind of have gone toward a smart home mainly to monitor the solar system and make sure that I'm monitoring my batteries and my power and my solar output and that sort of thing. But once you kind of get hooked into doing the smart home things, and then you can't ever seem to get enough of smart plugs and various devices that you can automate. And so there's two primary pieces of software that I use to control all the automations and smart home devices, and those are Home Assistant, which is a open source piece of software that runs on a Raspberry Pi or a PC that allows you to have control over tons of different devices. All these different brands have integrations, and there's basically a big hacker community that supports it. And there's just a ton of integrations as far as Home Assistant is concerned. And Home Assistant allows you to use devices that talk to the internet, IoT devices, and as opposed to Apple's HomeKit or Apple's Home, which tries to be a standalone system that operates only within your network and doesn't rely on the internet at large for all of its devices. And so we have various devices that are automated through those two pieces of software. And then there's basically a bridge that goes between Home Assistant and Apple's HomeKit or Apple's Home. And so I can control most of the devices through Apple's Home app. And then additionally, if there's a device I can't control through the Home app, I'll control it through Home Assistant. And so what this leads to is a lot of times you'll forget where your automations are actually at. And so I have an automation, for example, for the back shades that opens them at dawn and closes them at dusk. And then I have another automation for the living room lights, which turns them on 30 minutes before dusk and turns them off at 10 o'clock at night. And then have another automation for the outdoor holiday lights that turns on at dusk and then turns off at 9 p.m. And so it's one of those things of remembering where the automations are if you need to edit them. And sometimes I'll lose power and something will move around on the network or something will happen and we'll lose that automation. And I'll have to go through all the software and find those automations again. And that's what I've been doing a little bit of today. And then the other thing is that all of our security cameras, a lot of them operate on different kind of systems. There's a couple that are internet dependent and have their own apps and basically are proprietary. And I got those for next to nothing. So it was just, rather than turn it in the landfill, might as well put up a security camera and run it through an app. But that doesn't go through my Apple Home or my Home Assistant. And then I've got 3 or 4 cameras that actually do go through Home and Home Assistant. And I wish they would all play well together. And in the future, there is a promising technology called Matter. And that will supposedly get everybody talking on the same page. And then you'll be able to control everything through one app. And so that would be an ideal situation. But we're not quite there yet. So I've got to make sure that all my automations are working. Cheers.